Thanks for your patience. I was having a little issue with connecting to LinkedIn, but I think we should be all good. I've just been switched over to a different computer that ideally will eliminate the issue of fan noise that I've been having. And I just want to double check that everything's come over properly. We've got the Meteor mic, should be working, and the video should be working. So please drop me a comment if there are any issues, if you can't hear me or whatever. Yeah, so we are here for Hack O'Clock, which is a new name for an ongoing thing that I've been doing for years and years, where I hop on late at night and work on some hardware. So I'm Alex Glow, Renaissance nerd, mostly into hardware, and I want to show you a couple of different things before I jump in here. So first off, why are we here? I've got my new Hackster.io SAO, or SAO. It's a shitty add-on. So this is a standard for little add-ons people make for PCB badges. But this is not, well, A, it's not the right color because this is just a tester that I made quickly in time for DEF CON, and B, it is not by far my most interesting PCB. So I want to show you a few of the ones that I've made before. So this is my Jewel Thief PCB. It's based on a circuit that allows you to run devices off of basically dead batteries. So I think this circuit is really cool. I didn't invent that, but I did make a PCB for it. I should pull these up on the screen actually, but you can find them all on my link tree or whatever. I should put that up. Let me just do that real quick. Okay. All projects. linktree.ee/AlexGlow. We go. So you can find a bunch of stuff that I make there. Or actually, let's do .ly/aglow. That'll take you to all the stuff. Okay, so that's my Jewel Thief PCB, and what I do with lots of my PCBs is make them so that they're wearable as earrings. In this case, you wear it like that, and then you can also use it as a circuit that's assembled and solder stuff onto there. So you could use conductive tape or whatever, or solder to attach batteries up here, positive and negative, as indicated. Very small in between them there. I should probably make those bigger for the next version. And then all kinds of stuff. Besides that, I've got my companion core, which is one of my favorite PCBs. This one is not wearable as an earring, well, unless you're very brave, but you can use it as an art piece, even if the PCB stops working for whatever reason. It's got a little heart on there with exposed gold unique coating, and maybe I should flip this around. Let me see if I can do that. Mirror my camera, please. There we go. Or don't mirror it, rather. Oh yeah, so now you should be able to read it properly. And this is for basically breaking out microcontrollers on a breadboard, and then you can swap out the microcontroller, be it a TNC, an Arduino Nano, a SAO board, a Qt Py from Adafruit, or whatever, without redoing your entire circuit. So it's good for prototyping and for upgrading your controllers and stuff. I made a lot of bots with like Arduino controllers, and I'm upgrading those to use controllers that can run MicroPython, because to me it's much more convenient. Another one that I love is my ESP8266 programmer PCB. I'm sort of trying to slowly replace all of my hardware tools with like arcane versions of them. So this is, in place of using a breadboard to program your ESP8266 01 module, as indicated on here, you can instead use an earring / Ouija board planchette design. And again, if you go to the link in the bottom of the screen there, you'll be able to find that. Yeah, I love making PCBs, and I've just recently been fixing up my whole setup so I can do that. So this was my first one. Most of the ones I've done previously have been in KiCad or KiCad. So this is my first time making one in Fusion. I've used Fusion a lot for 3D modeling in the past, but not for electronics. And then, okay, finally, one more. Here's my Avnet guitar pick functional PCB that also works as an earring, and it's just like, so this is a very similar design to what I was using for this, although this is a standalone board. It's got a little CR1225 battery, which works, that lasts for a long time. I'm honestly shocked. And I use this nice little bright green Worth Electronic LED that you can find on the project, as linked there. But yeah, the design is the Avnet logo mashed up with a guitar head, and it's just got a little like surface mount switch, resistor, and a surface mount LED, and a battery. And one thing that I do with a lot of these is that I use 1206 size surface mount components, like LEDs and resistors, because they're very easy to solder both by hand and with a soldering, like a hot plate, both of which I've done. So I ran this exact PCB actually as a workshop for Avnet employees, and I had them, put the solder paste on the PCB and put the components in place with tweezers, and then I was at the back of the room with the little hot plates, these adorable Miniware hot plates that I got from Adafruit. Let me pull those up. Miniware hot plates. I don't want to turn on web and app activity. Go away. Here we go. Is this it? Oh, this is a new, bigger one. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. Let me know if the audio is too quiet, by the way. I tend to mumble a bit. I'm trying not to, but, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. I think this is the one. Show me. There we go. Yeah, they're so adorable. So I was at the back of the room with like 3 of these things, and that way I was the one who was interfacing with any of the hot or dangerous parts of the process, and I had a chance to check everyone's pre-assembled circuits before we soldered, heated them up and soldered everything together. So thank you. I'm glad the levels sound good. We got somebody on Twitch. Cool. So yeah, that was a really cool way to do a workshop, I think. I'm going on a huge tangent here, but these people they worked for an electronics distributor company, Avnet, but they'd never actually made a circuit, and they didn't know how to do that. So we took 30 of these people, and with the help of my colleagues helping me distribute stuff throughout the room and whatever, had them get their own little PCB, put the solder paste on, place the components, and then I would check it, I would heat them up, and there's always that magical moment when the solder paste melts and goes from this dull gray paste to a shiny, beautiful substance, and everything sort of shoots into place. If you've ever seen it, it's magical. I should do some videos with that, actually. Maybe I'll do that right now. I'm gonna do it because it's so good. Okay, let me find one of these. I've got these hot plates. I know they're right around here. Oh yeah. Okay. If you hear any weird noises, it's because I sit on a yoga ball, and so I might bounce sometimes, and also sometimes it makes farty sounding noises. I promise it's the yoga ball, not me. But anyway, here's the little preheater. I'm gonna set this up because I can't resist it. They're so cute, and I never use them. All right, so check it out. Here's the little preheater, and I'm gonna do the surface mount components with this, and then I'm gonna do the through-hole headers with my soldering iron, because it's so cute. Look, it comes with a little silicone top on it. Come out of there. What you doing? Ah. Oh, it is trying to disassemble itself. There we go. I'm victorious. So we've got an adapter. Can I just use a different, it's USB-C, right? Yeah, I'm just going to use a different, it comes with a whole adapter and stuff in here. It's so small, yeah. And a little like instruction booklet that reminds me of, it's only got two little buttons that say A and B on them, and I always forget what they are. So you got a little silicone cover, and the whole thing actually comes apart like so. So you can replace the top if you wanted to, or just disassemble it. Oh, why did I do that? I'm gonna get it back together. Okay, cool. And it just like shoots together. So from what I've seen, Miniware, this is by Miniware, I got mine off of Adafruit. From what I've seen, they actually have a newer, larger one, which might be kind of cool for somewhat larger circuits, MHP 50 instead of MHP 30. And I kind of wonder now, actually, if that's the size in like millimeters. Where's my little ruler? Oh, I took it to DEF CON. Okay, 1 second. More yoga ball noises. Okay. So we're going to talk a bunch about DEF CON because I just went there last weekend, and I also brought a bunch of my hardware kit. Where did the ruler go? Here it is. My favorite PCB ruler, by the way. Oh, there's a whole bunch of PCB rulers I want to share with you at some point, but this one by Evil Mad Scientist is so good. It's just the perfect simplicity and the perfect tiny size, and I love the white and black design. Anyway, so I'm going to check my guess here that is 30 millimeters wide. Oh, it is! I bet the big one is 50 millimeters wide. Yeah, it's so small. Show the thing. See, it's like, you can't really see that very well. There we are. Beautiful. Anyway, so that's the MHP 30 mini hot plate preheater from Miniware, and I'm going to try and find a nice USB-C to plug this into. I think it's right there. Yeah, come here. Don't tip over the zip ties, please. Like I said, I've been reorganizing my studio, so yeah. But because it's, oh, you know, do I have any solder paste over here? Maybe. Should be in the fridge, ideally, but I think I might have bad habits. Oh, no! No, we're gonna have to do it all by hand. Oh, well. Check out my tiny clamp, though. Isn't that cute? I put some of that sticky, what do they call it, like rocket tape on there to soften the jaws. But, seriously? Oh, no, I do! See, this should be in the fridge, but it's not. Okay, we're gonna do this. It's probably gonna be a mess. I don't care. It's gonna be great. Wait, where's the end of the syringe? Did I just use a hot glue stick to push that in? Oh, terrible ideas. None of this is stuff you should do at home. Okay. Go back there. Okay. So, I just got eyeliner all over me, probably. You have one of those tiny clamps. Nice. So, I'm going to do the stupid thing and use a hot glue gun to push the solder paste, which is almost certainly expired and or hasn't been refrigerated, out of the tube. I hope this is this Miniware thingy is... Okay, I'll just plug it in now. I'm going to show you my desk, and then I'm going to show you the components. It has a few burns on it. That just means that it's been used. Getting some good, fun little comments from Moral Recordings on here. If you're someone that I know from elsewhere on the internet, by the way, let me know, because it's possible you're on another place, like Mastodon or whatever, and I just don't know you under that name. Okay, so I'm pulling out the manual for the Miniware hot plate. It's cool to see you, whether we've met on the internet before or not. So we've got this bad boy. Let's see. Button A and button B. Thank you very much. What do they do? In standby mode, short press button A to start heating. default heating to M1 preset temperature. And then you can short press button A again to choose M1, M2, or M3 preset temperature. And then you can long press button A to enter adjustment mode, or I'll just show you this. We can each read it at our leisure. Feel free to screenshot. All right, that's enough time. Okay, I'm gonna keep that open over here. And just show you a couple of things from DEF CON before I jump in. So here's the badge. It was not an electronic badge year. Apparently they alternate between electronic and non-electronic badges, but that doesn't mean that they're boring. This one was plastic. It has these light filters. They had a bunch of different like sort of 3D or dimensional art, or just like multicolor art that you could use with the offset colors to look at it. And some friends and I sort of surmised that there might be a puzzle related to this, but we didn't figure it out. If you did, let me know, because I'm curious. Here's the program thingy. Oh yeah, that was like a little sticker sheet that you got. This is like a program with some stuff in it, including things that I didn't catch. I got there late most days. I was mostly trying to just get Archimedes out in the field. That's my owl robot, shoulder owl familiar bot. And James Brown, I'm from elsewhere on the internet. Cool, nice to see ya. Anyway, so I didn't actually make it to much, but I did make it to the vendor hall like right before they closed and pick up a cool deck of cards from the EFF. And I got to hang out with a bunch of cool hardware nerd friends that I know, and saw some really interesting stuff around hardware privacy and security. So, for example, here's a board someone handed me that has an ESP32, and it's supposedly like Meshtastic for communication, but it also handles asynchronous communication, supposedly in a way that Meshtastic does not. So that, for example, if you have a message directed for another user, then you can send it out, and then other people will store it, and then when they come in range of that person, it'll like send it on and deliver it, which I think is not a thing that Meshtastic can do. It might be able to do asynchronous, like node to node. Like if that node shows up to you again, then you'll put it on, but not like forwarding. I could be wrong. Maybe Meshtastic can do that too. But anyway, someone like handed me this, and I'm gonna check that out. What do we got? I think most of the features on this are not actually used, but it has a couple quick connectors. It's a Spider Oak demo. Let's show that so you can actually check it out. I'll try and put that in the description afterwards. Oh, Aranya! Ha! It's github.com/aranya-project, and it's basically like Aranya, like spider, but NYA instead of N with a tilde A, which is kind of cute because it's also kind of like, yeah, Aranya project. Oh, it's really cute. I'm gonna pull that up. Anyway, so that was a cool thing that I saw. And then it was also just like very warm all the time, but I took the monorail around and it wasn't so bad. So github.com/aranya-project/aranya-embedded. Cool. Yes, so they ran a workshop, which I did not see. There were a number of other workshops that I'm going to check out info for later on, because I did not see them live. And I'm going to watch a bunch of videos afterwards as well. So anyway, this is Hack O'Clock, if you're just joining. It's me going on late at night. You can watch it on these platforms. And I'm just going to mess around with some hardware. You can find previous episodes on YouTube. And it's under the hashtag Hack-A-Clock, all one word, on Mastodon and Blue Sky and stuff. I'm going to be assembling this board, which is a little boring, but I gotta stop saying that, man. It's my first shitty add-on board, and it's my first board designed in Fusion. So I've made a bunch of PCB badges. I've made a bunch of like 3D designed things in Fusion, but I've not done either of those for PCBs before. So, or rather, I haven't made a SAO, an SAO before, and I haven't made anything electronic in Fusion before. So this is gonna be interesting. And we're gonna also be testing this old, probably expired, not refrigerated solder paste. I keep trying to say solder mask, but anyway, let me show you my desk. Here we go. So I've got the tiny heater here. This is our Miniware MHP30 mini hot plate. Gonna see if this Chip Quick is any good at all. Is that even Chip Quick, or is it another? No, it's some random other company. But it's got holographic film on it, so it's got to be authentic, right? Maybe that's a famous company. I don't know. Mechanic solder paste? Well, could be. I'm going to put this away in its little bag so I don't lose it. Oop. And here we go. So I ordered all my parts from Newark. This is a massive reel of resistors because you could only order them in a reel of 5,000, but I think it was like $5 for that. So whenever I need 3.3 ohm resistors in the future, there we go. I haven't tested all of these components yet, so it's going to be, this is like all testing all at once. We're testing the components, we're testing the assembly process, and I got 2 different little 2x2 headers for the SAO part, the shitty add-on mount. That doesn't go there. I gave away, I think 43 of these because I ended up bringing home 7. Oh wait, no, I've got 8. So 42, I guess I gave away. That's auspicious. I got these, oh yeah, this is the other set of standoffs, or not standoffs, headers. Here we go. Doop. So these ones are tinned on one side. Fancy. Then we've got some, these are probably the LEDs from Worth Electronic. I used the green ones from Worth Electronic that are very similar on these Avnet guitar pick PCBs that I'm wearing. And they're so bright, and they run forever on a CR1225, which is incredible. These are going to be going mounted on a separate standalone badge, so they'll be taking power from another badge, such that I won't have to worry about the power. But you still can wear them as a little earring. I put the SAO header on a 45-degree angle so that if you attach it to another board like so, like straight on, it'll look jaunty on a cute little tilt, but also you can hang it from a keychain, an earring, a pendant, whatever, and it'll just like dangle like that because it's on an angle. Ah, yes. More recording says, I always assumed Fusion was just for modeling. Does it have an actual workflow for circuit design? It does! And part of the reason that I switched my video setup to this computer, it's a Mac Mini desktop with an M1 Apple Silicon chip that I got like maybe 5 years ago, is because it can handle Fusion better, which my 2019 laptop is very much struggling with the like 3D renders and stuff. If I show you the tutorial again, do I have any of the renders in here? I'll be putting those in here. Okay, no. I've got some renders of the board, and they cost me a lot. I just want you to know that they like cost me a lot to get those because my computer was suffering and rebelling the entire time. So point being, yes, you can use it for PCB design as well. They basically, Autodesk bought Eagle a while ago and sort of merged it into, wait, did they already own Eagle? Maybe they did. Maybe they just like merged it into the Fusion team. And so now you can do like Eagle PCB stuff, Eagle style PCB stuff inside of Fusion. Similarly, Tinkercad is a pretty cool tool for like very basic 3D modeling, and it now has a circuit design tool inside of it as well, which I haven't tried, but yeah. So this was my first time using Fusion for that. Real interesting. So this is the project we're looking at, and I'm just gonna switch back to my desktop. We're gonna try doing the surface mount bits with my, where are my tweezers? With my mini hot plate thing here, and this expired solder paste. And then we're going to try doing the through-hole components with these little headers and the soldering iron. It'll be a good time, hopefully. I may break down in anguish if it doesn't work. We'll see. Where's my scissors? Or a knife? Come on. I'll use my portable hacking kit. Little scissors. Tiny scissors. I love these things. Got these in a little Kickerland Altoids tin size sewing kit, and they're great. Okay, cool. Watch it go. Nice. I'm going to show you my kit real quick. I adore my little travel soldering kit. So I took the iron part from my iFixit soldering fix hub kit with the cap on and stuck it in here, which you can detach from the base station, which is also a battery. In here also I have a tiny multimeter, just a generic one, but it's got a lot of nice tools on it. You know, it's got like a little you can test transistors on it too. You got PNP and NPN bits. I think there's a continuity detector. There is, and I think it even like beeps or whatever. Got some lead-free solder. Got a little tiny screwdriver kit from I think this is the Minnow, what they call it. Can I fix it? A lot of places are giving these away as like swag now, which makes me happy because they're great. They also have a little silicone and magnetic holder for stuff that's basically like a replacement for a third hand, but much smaller. Then I've got like a little cheapo stand rest thing for the soldering iron. I don't actually use this rest with the fix hub soldering iron because it has its own stand, but it's nice to have a little wet sponge there. Damp sponge. What else is in here? I've got some desoldering braid. I've got my pine saw as a backup. Got a spudger. Got some, what's this? Little Allen key for some reason. And like a bunch of random little bits and bobs. Like it's some heat shrink tubing. We got like, anyway, stuff. It's great. I usually have that little ruler in there too. Let's put this away and get to the soldering, because otherwise it's going to get real late and then I'm going to be hella tired and lose my coherence even more. Oh, wow, yeah. Let me double check the pricing on that, because I think it was like $5 a reel, but let me check. So if I look at the project, oh, by the way, I was testing two different PCBs. These ones were from PCBWay. I'm gonna get some from Next PCB as well, and I'm gonna test the UV printing from PCBWay because this is not the right color, and I'm gonna get the UV printing so I can get the right solder mask color. All right, so resistors. These are on Newark. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like a promotional price. So it was $5 for 1,000 of them. Oh, wait, for 5,000 on a reel. Ludicrous. 1/10 of a cent each. Ridiculous. The shipping was okay too, but I live in the U.S., so they're also pretty fast. Is the pine saw any good? I'm gonna be honest, I haven't actually used it yet because I usually just use the one on the fix hub, but someday I'm gonna show you my first use of it, because I also got a clear enclosure for it, which I'm gonna swap out. So it's in here in case of emergencies. But yeah, I have not yet used it. Because basically because I was having an annoying time trying to find like an adapter or a battery that it could run off of until I got the fix hub, which actually has, let me show you, has, headphones, get out of there. Okay, so the fix hub has 2 USB-C ports on it. So you can actually run 2 soldering irons at the same time. So now I have this battery that will run the pine sol, but it's attached to a soldering iron that I'm very comfortable with, so I don't have like the incentive to change. But I will get around to that, I promise, because I want to also give it a shot and compare the two. I think it'd be very interesting. All right, so let's hit this. Alrighty. Why don't you? I wish I could control the dang brightness and like just fix it to a specific brightness on this stupid camera. But anyway, here we go. If it gets too washed out, I'll have to switch it back. So let's grab one of each of these things. Comes with some silica gel and a little moisture thingy. Come here. I should have used a different surface for this. Oh well, hopefully I won't lose it. Okay, now go back in your bag. My previous episode of Hack O'Clock, I put together a little tester for these things to see if they would be good, and they were, spoiler alert, but you can see my little horrible little test rig that I put together for that. First time using this reel, so I'm gonna have to, oh dear. It's got like a plastic band around it. Okay, here we go. Can I just cut that? I put my scissors away, so it's knife or nothing, because I'm too lazy to get those out again. I'm just gonna ease this off here and try not to lose a bunch of resistors in the meantime. Oh, okay. All right, so here we are. It was not an entire ring around it, it was just tape. And here we go. Try not to spill resistors everywhere. There we go, we just got one. Boop. Okay, cool. Try to wind this up again and stow it securely before takeoff. Okay, here we go. And here is my Omnifixo, which I adore, but I don't need that right now. I'll use it in a minute for the hand soldering. So here we go. I was going to grab a glue stick to push the solder paste out of here. If it's too expired, I will just do it all by hand, but let's see. So what do we got here? Let's zoom in a little bit. And fix my focus. Okay, now, moment of truth. Is this gonna do the job? Bit of an awkward angle. See, I'm gonna squirt some onto a different surface first. What I have here is a chocolate wrapper, and I'm just gonna, I should detach that from the actual chocolate probably. This is very professional. There's a reason why this is called Hack O'Clock. Okay, so here we go. Can I get solder paste out of here? What if maybe the tip is, ooh, that doesn't want to come off. I'm gonna guess the tip is kind of gunked up. I had another tip around here somewhere. Here it is. Wait, but this also is full of solder paste. What is wrong with past me? Why would I do this? I know why. It's because I was traveling and on a schedule. And I had also, I think when I ran this workshop, I think I actually burned my hand somewhat badly. And so either I was cleaning up in a hurry or someone else was cleaning up. And so yeah, that's all ganged up. I'm gonna try YOLOing it anyway, because the cool thing about solder paste is that it will just kind of suck into place. Let's see if we can get any out of here at all. This is definitely like multiple years old. Can I get it out of there and just kind of dab it into place? We'll see. Oh man, that really doesn't want to come out of there. Oh, that's nasty. Okay, this is not good solder paste anymore. I'm still gonna try and dig it out. I don't care. I'm a fixer, you know. I can't help trying. I'm just wailing on this thing, trying to push anything out of this nozzle. Wow, no, that really. Whew, it wasn't even like the tip being gunked up. It's just straight up. Add another hot glue stick for leverage. This is what I'm doing. It's so messed up. Oh man. Oh, there's also friction from the hot glue sticks in there. Maybe that's part of the problem. No, it's definitely the solder paste itself. Come on, man. I believe in you. Maybe. Oh no, that's not gonna come out of there. I swear I had some more elsewhere. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm gonna try and find my other tubes of solder paste. I'll be right back. Okay, so here are some ancient workshop materials. And I'm gonna, I think I've got, yes, equally old, equally unrefrigerated solder paste. I've heard that Chipquik has come out with a new solder paste that is doesn't need refrigeration as much, like it'll last longer without it. Here's a bunch of tweezers I picked up at Walgreens for the workshop. Alright, so, you know, I might actually be able to get away with leaving it in a bag in various places for years. Let's see. This is a closed off tip. Okay, so that looks like a paste. That looks like it might still be valid. Let's see. We'll find out. Okay, I got the little tip in here. There's a wider tip and a thinner one, but again, I choose 1206 size components with the goal of making it easy to hit the target. You know, you don't have to be super precise with it. I don't know what the deal is here, but got a little thin tip to put on here. Okay, I think this is gonna work. We'll see. Oh, let me show you the desktop and not a close-up of my forehead. Lol. Okay, here we go. Also, I'm always interested to know what people are listening to when they make stuff. So if y'all have any music recommendations or whatever, let me know. Oh yeah, that's coming out. It's coming down. Can you see it coming down the tube? It's so exciting. Okay, cool. Oh, it doesn't want to stick to the thingy. Let me just squirt a little bit out onto this poor chocolate wrapper. Oh, it really, huh. Okay, there we go. That looks like it'll, yeah, okay. That'll wipe onto stuff and maybe stay put a little bit. Okay. See, that like first bit was all crispy, but this bit is a little less. Okay, we're getting there. Worth it to note that this heater is very much off right now. It is not on. Okay. So the solder paste does not act like a glue in general. It is always just sort of like a thing to help it. I'm putting way too much on for what it's worth, but it's hard to control right now. But, okay. There we go. Okay, well, so far so good. I'm going to take some of that off of there, but I shouldn't use my tweezers as much as I'm tempted to. I'm going to use a little piece of paper. Just wipe a little bit away. That should be enough. Okay. Now, oh, what do I, did I just like splort my components everywhere? No, here we are. Okay, we got our components. Beautiful. And I have labeled the orientation for the diode, the LED. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna put that bad boy, which has, you know, a little green arrow on it pointing to the ground side. I just gotta flip it over. Flip. Do the thing. Oh. Okay, and do you have dots on the other side? Yes, good. Okay. Always nice when an LED has a dot or two on the ground side. It's a very small little green dot on each side, on each prong, sort of showing you which side is ground. And then the resistor doesn't care about polarity, so we'll just drop it on there. Boop. Ah. Okay, now, as the manual says, I shall hit button A, which is the right side button, and it starts heating up. I want to show you what's on the screen, but I'm not gonna, well, okay, fine. It is heating. I'm really gonna try not to burn myself, but you never know. I think it's got a like color coding display situation with like feedback. I'm gonna actually plop this down now so I don't mess myself up later. Now that you've seen the display, it's still showing green lights underneath. I wonder if I can get this any closer. Gonna fiddle with my cameras. It's mounted on like a, oh ho ho, yes! It's mounted on a selfie stick over my desk, so I just kind of like expand and retract that. Extend and retract it. There we go. And in a moment, once it heats up, it's still showing green underneath. Still heating, I think. You know, I think if I hit the A button, it'll go faster. Oh, I had to hit it again. Aha! So now it's set on M2, which is, doesn't say what the target temperature is, but okay, cool. So I needed to hit A twice, gotcha. But it's now, it's aiming for the second temperature setting. And it's gonna do its thing in a second. You'll see some very beautiful things happen. It's showing a white. And I can see that solder paste, old as it is, start to do its thing. I'm gonna even move this down a little closer because it's such a cool thing when it happens. Adjust that focus a little more. Now, you can see how smeary of a job I did getting that on there, but it really doesn't matter. Like, what you'll see is that when it does melt, it'll all sort of suck into place on the solder pads. Come on, man, do the thing. Do the thing. Oh, yeah. It's starting to go. Again, this solder paste has not been used in many a year, and I didn't refrigerate it, so we're getting some, like, vapor off of there. Come on, man, I know you can do it. It's just like, essentially it's just tiny, tiny, tiny balls of solder suspended in flux, like rosin. So, this is the exact one it is. SMD 291 SNL. Is it lead free? I don't think so. Row house compliant. Yeah, I think I ran this, when did I run this workshop? I think in like 2021 maybe? There we go! Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Look at it. Look how pretty. Look at the toxic vapors coming off. But cool. I think there's a way to actually shut these off, but I'm just gonna yoink the power. Let me see. Yeah, that looks like it did the trick. Now I'm gonna let it all cool for a bit. I'm actually gonna pull the PCB off of the hot plate so that it cools faster. And try not to destroy everything in the process. All right. Okay, cool. Let's get that focus fixed again. Although actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it in my OmniFixo. First, I suppose I should test it. Well, we'll find out whether it works or not when we attach the SAO headers anyway, so. Let's get this in here. Still quite hot. I'm going to put it in my tweezers again. These jaws are coated in silicone. They'll be fine. I mean, they're metal anyway. Fix my little focus again. All right. And while that cools, I'm going to show you real quick the guitar pick PCB that this is based on. Doop. So if you go to here, where is it? You can see some of those other PCBs I showed you at the start, plus a couple of my companion bots. Where is the guitar pick? I could have sworn that here we go. So actually, if you want to see sort of more in-depth instructions of what I was just doing, there are printable workshop instructions linked from that page. It's bit.ly/avnetpick. Go away. There we are. All this good stuff. Putting the paste on. Some more info about how to do that. Again, we had a bunch of people who had never touched anything like an electronics project before, and got them to assemble these just fine. It was awesome. Anyway, I forget why I was pulling that up, but really good stuff. Which sounds a little self-aggrandizing, but I find it really enjoyable. Let's just put it that way. Oh, and if you want to know about how I design my PCBs with hand-drawn art, there's a really cool tutorial at Teardown this year by Chipperdoodles, but this is the method I use on my iPad and with KiCad or KiCad to do, well, that's a different one by Andrew Soa, but need to hook up Ethernet so that my stuff actually loads. But let's go back to this tutorial. Yeah. Here we go. This is the one we're putting together right now, just testing. And I'm going to update that to a nicer picture without torn up fingers from the desert dryness. And okay, so this thing should be dry now, or dry. It should be cool now. I'm going to put a little bit more light on the subject. There we go. And let's get these headers soldered on, and then we'll try it. Get that solder paste out of the way. I'm really amazed that's working as well as it is, honestly. But we will see if I accidentally bridged either of these sets of contacts. Where did those headers go? I think I saw them fall off the back of a table. Here we go. I'm going to try these Amphenol ones. So, what do we got here? These guys. standard. So the way that the SAO mounts onto another board is that you put these little 2x2 headers on here. You can learn more about that actually through the tutorial where I walk through what a shitty add-on is and the different types of them as well. I'm using the original 2x2 pin spec. Then you can get you can do a more modern one with like a 3x2 pin header that has 2 GPIO connections to whatever badge you're connecting to. Woo, yawning. And then also it's got like a directional connector so that you don't plug it in backwards or whatever. But I wanted to use just a standard 2x2 pin header because it's a lot easier to just make them out of double like row headers that you have laying around. These ones you have to like actually get, you know, go get the connectors or whatever. So, but if you go to this bit.ly/hackstersao, then you'll find it. Okay, let's get these on here. I'm gonna heat up my soldering iron real quick, and this fix hub thing from iFixit, let me just show you real quick. It is very remarkable in that it's just a battery pack, and it's got this heat shielding cap on it so that even when it's on, which it takes 5 seconds, literally 5 seconds for the tip to heat up, which is huge for me because I am someone who does not manage things very well. Why are you not heating up? Did I do something? Oh, I think you gotta like switch this thing for it to even go on. So there's this locking USB-C cable situation, and then also this little thing that you have to toggle in order for it to go on. So a couple of safety measures. So now it's hot. It took like 5 seconds. Ludicrous. I'm gonna put this back in its thingy, a little magnetic cap, and ready my stuff. So, where's my brass coil and solder, lead-free solder. Okay, and we're gonna tilt this on an angle. I'm gonna tack solder one of the pins on while I'm holding it. It would be nice to get like a friction fit setup going with this, but for now, this is what we've got. So I'm gonna angle it like this. And tin my little soldering iron. Just kind of a mess right now. Actually, I'm gonna clean that off. I was doing some hotel soldering and didn't have my like either my damp sponge or a brass coil, so that wasn't the greatest idea I've ever had, and meant that my tip ended up a little gunky because what I was doing was just tapping the excess solder off of the iron tip instead of actually wiping it. I'm just tack soldering one of these pins so that I can do a really crappy solder on there and it'll like hold it in place so I can do the other ones a little better, then come back to fix that one, but it's not even really taking, which usually it does. Come on, man. Put a little extra on there. Try to do this slightly more properly. And I'm taking care to not touch the pin that I'm soldering to. There we go. That feels solid. Okay. Tack soldered one of them, as you can see. Now, when I flip this upside down, it'll actually stay in place. And I can solder the other pins, and then I'll come back to fix that one up a little bit. It actually doesn't look that bad for a tack solder. Gotta get this around the camera and around everything else. Okay. Go in there. Get a little solder on the tip, just to provide good thermal contact. Here we go. Add the solder into the join. So I'm heating up both the pin and the pad from one side and then feeding the solder into the join from the other side. I'm just going to give this a little extra heat to make sure it gets sturdy. Okay, that should be good. Okay, now I'm hoping that that ancient solder paste did its job and didn't short anything out. If this one fails, I'm going to do another one just like soldered by hand. Oh, that's still hot. Wow, the little hot plate I touched just now. I'm going to put you in quarantine off to the side. All right, so let's see if this works. I don't have a ground plane on here. I often don't because I'm lazy. Or I don't know. I just, I never do. Someday I'll grow up and start using ground planes, but for now we've just got traces, which means that it doesn't like heat up the entire thing, and you don't have to be careful handling it really for long. Here's the horrible little tester that I made in my last hack clock for checking out the different surface mount LEDs that I had and seeing if they would work. Oh, it's magneting itself to the OmniFixo. Chaos. Get off of there. Okay. Woo! Let me pull up my StreamYard window here so I can see what you see. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to use a different socket and see if this works. Moment of truth. Okay, so wait, let's double check the orientation. So VCC goes up in this corner, which is the top left. There. And in this one, VCC is that pin, so it's going to go there. Right? No, there. Oh, lordy. Please do the thing. Hey! Awesome! That's so exciting. There were so many random, horrible little variables in here, but it still works great. Oh, I'm so excited. That's so cool. Oh, yay, great. So it looks like my LEDs are working fine. My design works okay. That solder paste isn't dead. I only burned myself a little bit. This is great. Oh, man, I'm so excited. All right. Oh, man, I need to wash my hair. Sorry. But check it out. Here is our... the saturation is doing really interesting things right now. But you can... This is like a Minecraft sword triple SAO mount badge that someone else made. They go by bows, I guess, which I think is a reference to something within Minecraft. But anyway, I did not design this. Oh, I got solder paste all over my hand. Shocker. But yeah, here's the working PCB. And focus. There we go. And some cool, like, jagged shadows from it. Thanks to the sword. Man. I'm so excited that works. Now, I would love to be able to make this into a version that will work as an earring and get power, because I love how this, adds a little glowy accent. I was wearing this at DEF CON at the Cyberdelia, like, goth rave party, and I really like how I had, like, my light up robot on one shoulder, and then I had this, like, green lighting happening from the other side, so there was, like, a cool interplay of the lights and stuff with all the different wearable LED things. So I'm very excited this works. I'm going to try and take some better photos for the project, which is linked, you can see down at the bottom of the screen here and in the description. Very, very excited. So a little bit more about this series again. This is Hack O'Clock. I go on late and talk about and do like a project I'm working on. Here's the tutorial I'm going to be updating with some nicer photos and stuff, but you can find the all the components I was using and such like. I got a bunch of projects on there. Here, for example, are the resistors, which I could only buy in a reel of 5,000, but it's only $5, so hey. This is a tutorial from a previous project. A little bit more about Hack O'Clock. If you go to that URL that's down here at the bottom of the screen. And there's also the YouTube playlist, which I'll add this to. You can see the larger version. Here's the little tiny mini hot plate I was using. And then there's a larger version that's come out that's 50 millimeters across instead of 30. And what's this? Oh, this is that cool PCB that I showed you from DEF CON. It's like encrypted communications, asynchronous, and all that good stuff that I'm going to have to try another time. Thank you for joining me and watching me like forcibly stop myself from poisoning myself by putting solder paste in my chocolate bar container. If you have any questions about the tools I'm using or stuff, I'm always happy to talk about that, and check out more of my projects. Feel free to subscribe wherever. There's LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, and then I talk to people a lot on mostly Mastodon and Blue Sky, which you can find linked also at my project page. Let's see, if you go to here, and then just go hit Alex Glow up there, you'll find all my different thingies here at the top. And then I got a few other shows that I do. There's Dayglow, which is a collaboration with my friend David Groom. Next one is on August 28th. We do a lot of like live hacking on stuff. Next time, I think we're going to be talking about inkplate, e-paper screens. Hackster Cafe, the next one is going to be with Chloe Madison on, I think, August 26th. Yeah, because it's 2 days before Dayglow. Because I like to give myself a hell week every now and then. And by hell, I mean awesome week where I get to talk to a bunch of cool people. And then we got Hack O'Clock, which is this. And then I also do Space Song Sunday, which is occasionally I'll go on Instagram Live on a Sunday and sing songs about space. It's usually like guitar and voice. Oh, I need to fix that. If you go to spacesongsunday.com, spacesongsunday.com, it might throw an HTTP issue for me, but there we go. You can find all the songs I do, and also you can put in requests. So feel free to do that. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining me. Really cool to see a couple of people on here. Thank you for tuning in and keeping me company while I do this late night chaos situation. I'm gonna go and get some sleep. I haven't really slept since before DEF CON. No, that's a lie. I slept until 2 p.m. today because I had no obligations, and it's great. So anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you around. Hack on.